Baseball Hall of Fame 2025. Ichiro Suzuki falls one vote short of unanimous election. Joins CC Sabathia and Billy Wagner. The Baseball Hall of Fame class of 2025 is officially set. And it includes three deserving legends: Ichiro Suzuki, CC Sabathia, and Billy Wagner. Each of these players earned at least 75% of the vote from eligible members of the Baseball Writers Association of America, BBWAA. But it's Suzuki's near-unanimous election that steals the spotlight. Ichiro Suzuki, a Hall of Famer like no other. Ichiro Suzuki's induction into the Hall of Fame is a historic moment for the game of baseball. At 51 years old, he became the first Japanese-born player to be elected to the prestigious hall. What's even more remarkable is that Ichiro missed being a unanimous selection by just one vote. A feat that only one player in MLB history, Mariano Rivera, had achieved before him. Ichiro's journey to Cooperstown began when he joined MLB after a stellar career in Japan with the Oryx Blue Wave. In 2001, he made an immediate impact in the United States, winning the AL Rookie of the Year and AL MVP in the same season. Over his 19-season MLB career, he amassed 3.089 hits, becoming one of the game's most iconic figures. His trademark bat control, speed on the base paths, and unmatched consistency earned him 10 Gold Gloves and 3 Silver Sluggers. Off the field, Ichiro was known for his quirky personality, including his love for wings, which he ate before every home game in the same chair, and his impeccable fashion sense. Ichiro's influence wasn't limited to one country. He is beloved both in Japan and the United States. His induction not only celebrates his accomplishments but also symbolizes the global impact baseball has had, especially in bridging cultures between Japan and the U.S. CC Sabathia, a dominant force on the mound. Also entering the hall in 2025 is CC Sabathia, the former ace who dominated Major League Baseball for 19 seasons. Known for his workhorse mentality and leadership on the mound, Sabathia was a standout for Cleveland, the Milwaukee Brewers, and most notably the New York Yankees. Sabathia was drafted by Cleveland in the first round of the 1998 MLB draft, and he made an immediate impact with his electric stuff. He went on to win the 2007 AL Cy Young Award and helped lead the Yankees to a World Series championship in 2009. Over his career, Sabathia struck out 3.093 batters and finished with a 3.74 ERA over 3.577.1 innings pitched. Off the field, Sabathia's story of resilience stands out. In 2015, he sought help for his alcoholism, a disease that also affected his father. After completing rehab, Sabathia returned to baseball and put together a strong late-career resurgence that saw him pitch some of his best numbers since the late 2000s. Billy Wagner, a dominant closer. In his 10th and final year on the Hall of Fame ballot, Billy Wagner finally received the honor he so richly deserved. Wagner, who spent the majority of his career with the Houston Astros, is one of the best left-handed closers the game has ever seen. With 422 career saves, he ranks 8th all-time in MLB history and second among left-handed pitchers. Wagner's 2.31 ERA over 903 innings is the second lowest in MLB history among pitchers with at least 900 innings. A former starting pitcher turned elite closer, Wagner redefined the role and was a key figure in the Astros bullpen for much of his career. In a bittersweet moment, Wagner was just 5 votes shy of induction in 2024. A near miss he described as embarrassing when it happened in front of a group of kids he was coaching. But in 2025, he can finally breathe easy. After a decade of steadily growing support, Wagner has rightfully earned his place in Cooperstown. Carlos Beltran's near miss. In the 2025 voting, former New York Mets and Houston Astros outfielder Carlos Beltran came incredibly close to earning Hall of Fame honors. Beltran received 70.3% of the vote, just shy of the 75% needed for induction. Despite the near miss, Beltran's stellar career, highlighted by his clutch postseason performances, is likely to keep him in the conversation for future ballots. A historic class. The Hall of Fame class of 2025 represents a rich blend of talent, leadership, and resilience. Ichiro Suzuki's historic induction as the first Japanese-born Hall of Famer and his near-unanimous election is a crowning achievement for baseball's international appeal. Sabathia's dominance as one of the game's best pitchers over nearly 2 decades is solidified with his election. And Wagner's induction marks the culmination of a career that redefined what it means to be a closer. These 3 players are more than deserving of their place in the Baseball Hall of Fame, and their inductions will be celebrated for years to come. As we look ahead to future ballots, the conversation will undoubtedly shift to the next generation of players who hope to follow in the footsteps of these legendary figures. Ichiro Suzuki, Hall of Famer, icon, and legacy builder. Ichiro Suzuki's election to the Baseball Hall of Fame marks a crowning achievement in a career that defied norms, broke records, and inspired countless fans and players around the world. Earning 99.7% of the vote, Ichiro enters the Hall of Fame as Japan's first-ever inductee, joining Sabathia and Billy Wagner in the class of 2025. His induction is not just about his achievements on the field, but about his lasting impact on baseball's global reach and his immense influence on Japanese baseball talent. A pipeline that continues to thrive today. A singular player. Ichiro's playing style was unique in an era defined by power-hitting sluggers. While others sought to drive the ball out of the park, Ichiro made a name for himself by mastering the art of hitting singles. His skill with the bat was a thing of beauty, his swing was precise, and his control over the strike zone, almost surgical. "Chicks who dig home runs aren't the ones who appeal to me," Ichiro once said, emphasizing his preference for technique and finesse over brute strength. He was a true craftsman, able to place the ball anywhere he desired on the field, making his hits more about artistry than power. The 262 hits he recorded in 2004 set a single-season record that has yet to be threatened. In fact, no player since 1930 has even surpassed 240 hits in a season, cementing Ichiro's 2004 feat as one of baseball's most untouchable records. Over his 19-year career, Suzuki amassed 3.089 hits, 509 stolen bases, and a career .311 batting average. With 10 seasons of 200 or more hits, a mark only he and Pete Rose have ever reached. To many, Ichiro's 4.367 combined hits from his time in both Major League Baseball, MLB, and Nippon Professional Baseball, NPB, surpass Pete Rose's total of 4.256. Making him, for some, the true hit king. Changing the game. Ichiro's impact transcends his numbers. Before he came to the United States, many believed that Japanese position players would struggle to adjust to the more demanding competition in MLB. Pitchers from Japan had already successfully made the transition, but the notion persisted that the position players wouldn't be able to keep up with the speed and power of the American game. Ichiro, however, swiftly dispelled those doubts. Arriving in the Seattle Mariners in 2001, Suzuki faced skepticism from some corners, including Mike Hargrove, the Cleveland Indians manager, who described Ichiro as above average, but envisioned him only as a fourth outfielder. This prediction was quickly proven wrong as Ichiro became one of the most dynamic players in MLB, winning AL Rookie of the Year and AL MVP honors in his first season alone. More than just an exceptional player, Ichiro's success sparked a wave of Japanese talent entering Major League Baseball. He opened the door for stars like Shohei Ohtani, who has spoken often about how much Ichiro influenced his career. "He was always someone that was my goal to emulate," Ohtani remarked after Ichiro's retirement, noting the profound impact Suzuki had on his generation. A legacy beyond baseball. Ichiro was as beloved for his character and quirks off the field as he was for his prowess on it. His love for the game, relentless work ethic, and infectious enthusiasm made him a fan favorite in Seattle and beyond. Even in his post-retirement years, his influence remains ever present, not just in the Mariners' history but as a beacon for international baseball players. His induction into the Hall of Fame is more than just a celebration of his playing career. It is a testament to his role in bridging two cultures and inspiring a generation of players from both Japan and the US. His election, nearly unanimous with just one vote short of perfection, cements his status as one of baseball's all-time greats. The lasting impact. Ichiro Suzuki's legacy isn't confined to the statistics and the records he set. though they are certainly monumental. His influence reshaped the way fans and players viewed the game, reminding us that style, technique, and precision can be just as captivating as power and home runs. For many, his enshrinement in the Baseball Hall of Fame is not only a recognition of his unparalleled career but a symbolic moment that acknowledges the global nature of the game today. Ichiro's place in the hall is well earned. His name will forever be etched into baseball history. And his journey from Japan to MLB serves as an enduring reminder that baseball's heart beats not just in the United States but across the world. For his unique contribution to the sport, his legacy is sealed, not only in the Hall of Fame but in the hearts of millions of fans who watched him create magic with a bat in his hands.